Welcome back. This is Billy with Coach Dooley's List. And once again, if you are enjoying these coaching videos, please like and subscribe to the YouTube page and follow along on all of our social media platforms. Today is my wonderful pleasure. 2 hours in wonderful traffic coming from the Athens area to Woodstock. But only would I do that for certain people. And Audra Thomas, the head softball coach at Woodstock High School, is one of those people. So thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm honored to be on the list.
Well, like we said, the only reason we're doing this is, one, we always have fun when we're together. But also, two, that I'm repaying the favor when you sat in traffic for 2.5 hours to come over for a game that we really didn't have to play, but we needed to play it in case some people showed up, and y'all came, they didn't show up, and we still played.
Yes, so. And I told my pitcher specifically, do not pitch to your big hitter. And what does she do the very first pitch of the game? Right down the can.
And she's still doing that in college.
Yes.
So you tell your pitchers not to feel bad, but she is still doing that right now. You see her pop up quite often. So we'll start it off and just tell everybody about your coaching journey and how you ended up here at Woodstock.
So went to Harrison High School, ended up playing at Kennesaw State, and just, through camps and clinics, really realized how much I loved teaching, right? So I was going to school to be a teacher, and it just all worked and fit, and, just had some really great experiences. And from there, got student teaching, got moved into a classroom early before I graduated and over at Sequoia High School. So I took a half-year job there, and Karen Baker took me on and let me do some work with her, which was awesome. Just a great person, great spirit, and just really just that, what I transitioned from college, the hardcore, Scott Whitlock to Karen Baker. So I was there. It was kind of fun too, because the other gentleman you're going to interview today, Kelly Audia, his dad was the baseball coach and asked me to coach the freshman baseball team.
I was actually about to ask. I remember you had coached baseball back in the day.
Which was fascinating. Just such a different experience. So that was really, really cool to get to do that. And then had Claudia Cooper's dad, everybody knows Coop. He got me connected with East Paulding to be a head coach. So I moved over there and was doing the thing. And then thought that I was going to step out of the classroom for a while. Then realized how great the insurance was. No, I'm just kidding. And took a middle school job for a year to go over to the pitcher's mound with Lisa Kimmy and try to, maybe get into some ownership stuff and work with them. But no, then I realized I missed the classroom. So I went back, ended up over at South Gwinnett High School. Didn't coach for a couple of years, just kind of laid low just to get in the classroom stuff going, and eventually ended up taking that job. And
that's where we met.
And that's where we met, yeah. South Gwinnett, man. That was a crew. Those girls, man, that was a family. That was really a special time. And then thought maybe I would step back and try to be an assistant for a year. So I went over to Grayson with Bill Batchelor for a year, and then realized I'm not a very good assistant coach. It's not my DNA. And then went over and got the opportunity to go to social circle with Carrie Brewer. And so went over there and finished up over there, and decided to take a year off of teaching and travel the country in my camper with my family, and did the whole East Coast all the way out to, just did a big loop.
So cool.
That was really cool. That was an amazing, amazing year. I can't believe how fast it went. Came back and met back up with Julie Crow, who's the AD here, who actually played basketball with my wife. So that was cool back in college. So we've known each other for almost 30 years. And so she had an opening for science, and I took it. And she said, at the time, Coach Gray was here, and she encouraged me to hook up with him. And so I got back into doing a little pitcher catcher work, and then he resigned, and I stepped in and took over. So here I am.
I love it. And, I've made so many friends just through coaching, and it's always about how people handle themselves. And I remember we played, I just got to North Oconee. You were at South. I think we scrimmaged right at the beginning. Mm-hmm. So it was the first game of the year. I think it had been a lot of rain, so we haven't been able to be on the field. So I think for you, it might have been the first time you had all your girls.
That's good.
And I remember you kind of breaking it down. And, every team's on a different level, but just the way you interacted with the girls, and then also seeing you speak at clinics where you used me as a dummy one time. And
still sorry about that.
I
I couldn't have picked a better dummy.
You are correct. And, I thought I knew catching. So anybody who ever needs any catching talk or how to run practice as the only coach, that was something too. I'll never forget when you talked about social circle and how you ran practices and stuff. So definitely get in touch with Audra if you need to know the finer points of those things.
We got to get creative.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And so, in all the stops, playing for great people, you've been in some good places, definitely softball wise and stuff. What is it now that you want your program to be known for?
I think right now in the culture and the way, the adults have kind of screwed the kids up a little bit with some things we got going on. I just want them to be good humans. I want them to know, like, your sport is your sport, and it's when you walk off the field, you're still who you are. And, there's so much pressure for these kids, especially social media, and everybody's got an opinion. And, it's still that hard work you cannot beat. Like, if you know how to work hard and you know how to commit and you know how to be consistent, and it doesn't matter 4 years from now if you hang them up, those life lessons are what are most important. And I just want our kids to walk out saying, I feel good about what I did. I worked as hard as I could, did the best I could with what I had, and I left it a better place. And, we're trying to build a program and, trying to get some buy-in and like revamp the community and get people excited about Woodstock softball. And I think we're moving in that right direction. I've had some really good leadership the past couple of years from my seniors this year who are graduating and just sticking with it when it was hard, because it got hard for a minute. So I was really proud of them for sticking with it and helping build where we're at. But really just be a good human.
No, I agree. And with my boys now, you talk about the hard work and how it pays off, and it takes time. And I think that's the hard thing with kids now is nothing they do takes time.
Right.
It's very quick. And so, yeah, I definitely agree with that. And when you build the foundation on that, it always leads to good things. It may take time. Now, when all your coaching stops, and this could be anywhere, it could be on the field, off the field, anything. But when I sent you the question, said, "Hey, what's your favorite coaching story? What's one you already have one I can see?"
Oh yeah,
that pops into your mind.
1,000%. We're social circle, right? We were like the underdogs. Like no one expected us to do what we did, and so it's state championship day, right? We've got hotel, we got freshmen. Set your alarms. Let's be on time. You know how it is in Columbus. And
the last day's the worst. You got to check out alarms.
Yes.
Freshmen. I love where this is going.
And then the flip of the phone times and the whatever. So I get this little ruffian crew at social circle. I mean, these girls were tough. Like they were just tough, right?
Softball players do.
Whew. And so nobody's on the bus from this one room, and we are late, right? And so I have twins on the bus, and they'll remember this story quite well. And then I've got my third baseman who just didn't put up with anybody's crap. So in comes the fury, right? I go up there, the room's trashed, right? I'm like, y'all, this is ridiculous. Like, clean it up. Like, get on the bus. So we are late, right? And I also have a catcher who's just a little hothead too. So we get on the bus, and one of the twins starts mouthing off. Third baseman and twin get into like fist fight on the bus. I'm pulling her off the bus, putting her in the pickup truck with my assistant coaches who are afraid she's going to kill them. We're driving. It's like dead silent in the bus. We finally get everybody on. We get there. They're coming in the pickup truck. I'm like, we're done. Like, there's no chance, right? So sure enough, here goes my catcher. She's got her bag behind her, dragging. Everybody's just mad at each other. Oh, Lord. We get into that game, and my catcher gets tossed. It was just like the day, right? Yeah. But that bus ride, I swear, I thought y'all are going to put me in my grave for all the things they put me through. But the winning that day was truly like a family effort, and all the fighting and all the stuff that they went through together. It just, that last minute, it just came together, and we were like, I cannot believe this. We did this morning. And if you ask Mark Green and Steve Barnes, you know those guys, the story that they're in the car and they're just like checking behind them, wondering if this girl's going to go rogue on them. She was all 100 pounds of her. So, but yeah, that was my like all-time craziest day ever. So
No, I love it, and that reminds me of Major League when beforehand they think they're going to fight. Well, the chicken, but then they think they're going to fight beforehand. Right. They win the championship, and then Doran punches Wild Thing in the face afterwards, and then they celebrate.
Yes.
Winning will cure what ails you, definitely. And so I know you've had some great assistants, and you've had times where you didn't have anybody to help you out. Sometimes,
yes.
And I know you've got some former players that are coaching now. So if anybody came to you now and said, Coach Thomas, I think I want to be a head coach one day, what piece of advice would you give them?
I think I was listening to a podcast the other day, and I was just kind of like reflecting. We were talking about these interviews, and I've got a coach now who's amazing, and he's really said how much he's learned and this and that about how to build a program. And the point of the podcast was like, when you come out of college and you're done playing, you have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder, because like either you had to stop playing because of injury, or maybe you're just, as a female, it's time, right? And like the way you were coached and trying to find your identity, and are you doing it the right way, right? And so can you put that off your shoulder? Can you go in with a service mindset, even being young, especially the young kids today who are coming into coaching? There is a culture to build, and sometimes you have to step away from yourself to see it. And over the years, I mean, I've made lots of mistakes. And, at the time, I was just hard-headed. I was like, this is the way I was trained. This is what we're going to do. And, sitting back and reflecting now, I wish someone would have kind of pulled me aside. And I think as time went on, I had some good folks pull me aside and have the good conversations about, hey, you need to think about it differently. And so that helped me grow. But I wish I would have had that earlier. So suggestion to the younger generation coming in: find a mentor, find somebody who really truly had to grow themselves. And I feel like I had to grow. And, like I said, I still have some regrets that things I did. And now that I'm looking back at it 26 years in or 25 years in, I'm like, man, I wish someone would have just grabbed me, and said. And what's really nice now is that we do have all the mentorship programs now. And, GHSA had the one last year that we did. So that's been good. Like, I think we're embracing it as a community. We're pulling those kids in and showing them, hey. And I think the mindset in college ball and the mindset for athletes today is so different too, that they're coming with some skills that we didn't necessarily have. Like, we're not going to sit down at Kennesaw State with Scott Whitlock and talk about our feelings. You're going to go run a poll, right? So it was just a different time and different mindset. So I think just being educated about those things and having someone that can guide you, I think that's the most important.
And I think being able to listen, like you said, to that mentor, because if you have a mentor who is really trying to help you, they're going to tell you things you don't want to hear. Yeah. And I don't know why this popped into my head. I don't know if you remember Mark Kimbrough at Central Gwinnett.
Oh, yeah.
But summer game, long story short, 2-2 count, bases were loaded. We're down by 1. I'm coaching a JV summer team, and ball 3, our kid just starts walking down the line. It's a summer game. Well, he thinks it's ball 4. He thinks we're about to tie it up. Well, he's walking down the line. They tag him out. The game's over. I throw my hat. Now, mind you, I'm still in college. I'm 21, 22. I throw my hat, and we're playing at Central. And Mark comes over, and he picked my hat up, just handed it back to me, and he goes, "You threw your hat?" And he walked away. And I went, "What an idiot." Like,
oh, yeah.
And that's all he had to say.
Yeah.
And he could do that because I knew him. I played against him and all those things. But mentors can come from anywhere. I mean, sometimes you ask for them, sometimes you don't. But like you said, listen. And also, too, don't be afraid to be one to others. I think that's helped me a lot is, when people call you to say, hey, how would you do this? It really forces you to think, because you don't want to tell them something dumb you did. Like, yeah, this is how I handled it.
Yeah.
And just,
but also with that, too, I think, like, when you make a mistake, it's the hardest part. People don't understand of being coaches, learning how to forgive yourself for it, too. And so I don't think any coach with like the heart, like, will ever forgive themselves for those mistakes, even in retrospect. But at some point in time, you have to learn how to forgive yourself, and that way you can be a better teacher to somebody younger, for sure. But
no, I agree. All right, so a couple fun questions. These are the ones I don't give you in advance. So it's nothing.
You're right.
Just answer. You don't have to give any context. Just fun stuff. Okay, somebody's coming to town. They say, Coach, afterwards I'm going to stay. I'm going to send the kids home on the bus. I'm going to go out to eat on my own. No chain restaurants. Where do you send them out here in Woodstock?
Oh, I'm the worst one to ask for this because I live in Jasper, so I don't. Yeah.
Okay, if I go up to Jasper.
Oh, Rocco's.
Rocco's in
Pub.
Jasper.
Oh yeah.
Okay, where Jasper's Gilmore?
That's Pickens. So
Pickens. Okay.
Straight up 575.
Yeah. Okay. All
Rocco's.
right. I've got some up there, so mountains.
Good. Around here, there's a lot of. I don't really go out to eat much.
That's okay. We're going Rocco's in Jasper.
Let's go.
Okay. Pre-game hype song.
Oh, like when I was playing or now?
Either.
Oh, when I was playing, it was Coverdale Page. It was Shake the Tree. It was really good. It was
Coverdale
like,
Page.
Yeah.
Jimmy Page?
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
so it's total like guitar, like just hardcore.
Youngins, look up Jimmy Page.
Yes,
you will not regret it.
And you can never go wrong with a little bit of Cowboy from Kid Rock.
Oh yeah,
I mean that one's got you.
Yeah, he's just screaming at you. Who is the best coach you've ever coached against? Who just when you see him getting over there, you've got to be ready for everything.
There's several. I'm gonna say Chapman, Lisa Chapman. She's always got something up her sleeve. She's always trying to argue the rules, always trying to make a point. But yeah, she's always got something going. She's a tough one to compete against for sure. Yeah.
Love it. Let's see. What's your pregame ritual now? Let's go home game. Home and away. So home game, pregame ritual.
Field work. I mean, it's constant. Yeah. The blower and I from the turf have become very good friends. Just a lot of field work. I kind of have learned over time too, like that's the time where I need to be less into my players. Like they need to be, I had to learn that for a long time. Like I wanted to insert myself and get them to feel the way I feel, and you just can't. So I've had to like really adjust to that. But yeah, I tell you what, when I get into the old folks home, my parents are going to get me a tamp and a little mini drag so I could just.
Well, listen, you're saying the same thing to me. You wanted me lying in the field. You didn't want me in the bullpen.
No,
you didn't want me hitting fungos, all that stuff.
Because I get too fired up
before they hit. Yeah, let them do it. Who's the best player you've ever coached against?
Oh, Kendall, for sure. I mean, good God. Like, you just can't. I just can't. That was just a gift for her to have that ability. And, I'm glad she's doing great things. Just a beast.
Yeah, and I've told people if they pitched, the chant in high school was pitched to her because people wouldn't.
Well, we
did.
It'd
be 9-0.
Yeah.
We did in the beginning.
We don't.
But
we
in college, and the thing is, I feel like they have to at Oklahoma because she has so many people around her. And like I think I posted the other day, Coop posted something with her because she worked with her catching, and I just posted. I said records will be broken.
Oh yeah, so, I mean
like,
it's phenomenal.
She did things on a field that I've never seen. Like people, you have to go see her.
Her and Razy. I mean, Ashley Razy was just
she had some bombs.
Just a beast. I loved working with her, and she just had that great, like, just that childlike love for the game. You know what I mean? And so I just really, those two are definitely standouts in my head.
And she's coaching she's over at GGC. She's got one of my former players over there. Yeah, she loves her. All right. Who, not somebody I already have scheduled today, who's somebody, could be softball at Woodstock, could be anywhere in Georgia. Who's somebody I need to interview that would be entertaining and just have some good words for coaches?
I really, truly enjoy Marinelli over at River Ridge.
Going there this afternoon.
He really, like, when you first get to know him, you're kind of like, this guy. But then I've been watching and really listening, and just like his knowledge and his demeanor, I just really have enjoyed over the years, like getting to know him a little bit better. So he's a good one to talk to, for sure.
I'm excited.
Yeah. And then my assistant coach is over at the Circle, like Mark Green. He's got some really cool.
Is he still coaching?
He's with the travel ball team. He's going back into it. So So he's a good one to talk to too.
He's nearby. I could go do them.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing, Coach Dooley's List, a website, one-stop shop for coaches. Try to be a place where people can go and find things. The only way I put people on there is if a coach refers them. So who is somebody, if they said, hey, I need something, that you would be happy to recommend to other people?
Well, I'm so glad our county went with the Traditions Turf. They have been like so great for our field. Just the unexpected things, like in the years I've been here, we've never had winter rye. And so they put, and I'm asking them, can you redo my base plug? Everything's beautiful. They do all the extras. They killed my grass on my morning track. And, just just really nice guys. So I really appreciate them. And then, of course, my online donation guy, Billy.
You need anything, let me know.
He knows everybody.
So, well, listen, I know it's a digital learning day. I appreciate you taking the time and helping me get this going. And I am so thankful for you and wish you the best in all you do.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Have a good day.
Appreciate it.